looking for a positive. Defense played really well. Looking for another positive. Defense played really well. That's about it. That's where it stops. And so, struggle I know, obviously. Really, the key to the game, as has been in most of our losses. The Arizona game was a little bit different. Was turnovers, 4 turnovers in the first half. Tough to overcome. Not impossible. Nearly impossible, but not impossible. And so we got to do some soul searching offensively. Dennis and Brian, offensive staff, got to figure out the deficiencies and get them corrected. And that's the bottom line. We got really no throw game right now. Run game wasn't a whole lot better, but got to be able to get rid of the takeaways, the turnovers, because that really is what's done us, led to our demise in the 4 losses. Special teams, though, we missed a field goal. We missed 2 field goals or 1? Just 1 field goal. Almost missed it. Stuck it in. Punting game was solid. I mean, just the surrounding, the peripheral, did some good things. But bottom line, if you play offense like that, you really don't have much of a chance to win.
Coach, are you getting tired of this, watching an offense like that?
Am I getting tired of that? It's not fun, I can tell you that. But I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'm tired of it. Yeah, we got to get better. We got to get better. But just got to keep working, keep trying to find answers.
How healthy was Travis today?
He was out there, so we're fine. If you're out there playing, you're fine.
Offensive line had deficiencies today. Do you guys take a look at that going forward and maybe try to change things up?
Credit goes to USC's defense. That's the number 1 defense in the conference for good reason. They're number 1 in total defense coming in, and they had a lot to do with our deficiencies. I'm not trying to paint the picture that they shouldn't get any credit, because they should get a ton of credit. They're the ones that took the football away. They're the ones that made things happen with their defense, and so I'm not trying to in any way take away from that performance of the Trojan defense.
Is there any question at all, Kyle, what you're going to do quarterback-wise?
Big question, what we're going to do quarterback-wise. Yeah, we got to answer that question. And got the week off to try to figure things out. And then I think it's Arizona State coming to our place next. So another quality football team, top 25 type football team. And so we got to work it out for us. It's week after week after week. Let's get a bye. It's not so tough.
Did you consider Connor Manning at all today?
No. With what, 8 games in now, 4 to go. We didn't consider that. Now we're going to take a long look at every option during this bye week, because if there is going to be any dramatic or drastic changes, this is the time to do it. Otherwise, continue to stay the course as far as his plan to make sure.
Kyle, this kind of inconsistency at quarterback, the very thing that you said you were looking forward not to have.
Exactly. The thing that we had lacked the last 4 years, the consistency and the continuity, and it's been showing up in the last couple of weeks. So I thought we were playing pretty good at quarterback the first 6 weeks of the season, but it's been 2 weeks of not real good production at that position. But that's coaches. Coaches got to get fixed.
Coach, 2 losses like this back-to-back, pretty demoralizing for your players. How do you and your coaching staff keep the players up?
Well, this group never quits. They fought until the bitter end. These guys have a great deal of character, a great deal of competitiveness, and proud of them for that. And that's something there's nobody in that room, that locker room, that threw in the towel at any point. And I don't expect that to ever happen with this football team. They're a tough group of guys.
How things started off kind of positive. You scored on your opening drive and ended that streak.
Yeah, should have scored a touchdown instead of having to settle for a field goal. And then we got in the red zone and bogged down. The screen pass, all we had to do is complete it. It's wide open, it's blocked up, and he probably walks in the end zone. But should have, would have, could have. But yeah, it was pleasant to get a field goal. But field goals don't win games. Typically, you got to get touchdowns.
And then you made the stop on their first drive.
Yeah, that was good too. To get out of the drive. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've given up a touchdown drive out of the gate. It was good to see that happen, to get a stop there.
And what is it? Do you think what turned on a dime after that? Was just the
turnovers. Seemed like they're one after another after another. It was 4, and that's tough to overcome when you're playing good people, which you do in this conference every single week. It kills you unless you're mismatched and you got a far superior physically football team. then you can overcome some of that stuff. But there isn't. That's not the case in this league. We're not far superior physically to anybody in this conference. We're just in there slugging away.
And speaking of second away, I mean, ASU and Oregon next on the schedule.
Is that right? Okay. That's encouraging.
Yeah. This bye week, I mean, that you talk about this group being resilient and all that. I mean, this is really gonna be the big
Better have some
test.
revelations on the bye week. Because it doesn't get any easier, does it? And I say every week it's just like an onslaught. Just one after another after another. And that's the life in the Pac-12. That's how it is. This conference has gotten so much better over the last 3 years. I believe we've gotten better, but I think maybe the conference as a whole has gotten better. As far as relatively speaking, than maybe we have.
Coach, Travis being a sophomore, do you worry a little bit about just his mental state after this tournament this last couple of years?
Somewhat. We'll have to, sit down and first of all analyze the film, see what the issues were, see where we can get better. But he is a tough kid. He's resilient, just like the rest of the group. And he's got no choice. He's just got to keep fighting. Like I said, we'll try to sort it out and decide what gives us the best chance to win as a football team going forward.
The field goal attempt you guys took, I think it was the third quarter, instead of going forward on fourth down, trying to get 7 points, and then punting when you had pretty good field position on fourth down later in the game. Was that because the offense wasn't moving the ball that well?
Yeah, a lot of it. And the field goal in the fourth, we were still 16 points down, which would have been 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So if you get the field goal in that situation, it was fourth and quite a bit. 15.
Something like that.
So anyway, that was the thinking on that. And the other situations.
It was you had good field position. I think on their side of the 50, and you guys punted, tried to pin them deep. Pin them. I think you pinned them. It was like 4th and 7 or something like that.
Yeah. At that point, I thought we had a better chance of scoring defensively than offensively.
How do you leave here? Stunned, mad?
Stunned? No, I'm not stunned. This is a good football team to play. Disappointed. Discouraged a little bit by some of the things that seem to be going backwards on us. And so that's what the coach's job is, to try to get that figured out and try to get it corrected.
You guys mixed it up last week on offense with a little trick play that worked against Arizona. You didn't see much of that today. Was that again because the offense just couldn't do anything, or why did the play calling seem kind of predictable and maybe vanilla?
Well, it was tough to throw the ball. I think we had a little gun shy throwing the ball with the interceptions in the first half. And you don't want to continue to put the ball on the field if it's going to get intercepted. So that's one of the reasons for maybe being a little more conservative. Our defense is playing well, keeping us in the game. Just trying to do what you can do to move the football and take care of it at the same time.
Lack of success you've had on the road. Do you look at how you guys prepare for road games and what you do, and maybe?
We had great success in the other conferences we've been in, so I think our process and our format that we use is pretty good. It's just we got to play better. We got to make more plays. Okay, thanks,
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Appreciate it.